Welcome back on Dynamo with the first video of the 2020. So this is my first video of this year, and I decided to bring you the 19th issue released by the combination of Hachette and Games Workshop for the series of Warhammer 40k Warhammer Conquest. I want to remember you that this has been released the 31st of December of 2019, but I received it later, so I blogged to you when I received it. So remember that if you are not able to find the issues about the week that you are interested about, you can order them back. So eventually remember that you have such an option. So now we can start opening the package itself. As usual, I want to make you notice that this is without protection for the Minotaurs against the first page of the front page of the booklet, and there is no cards here that make it solid. So as usual, it's a bit cheap as packaging, and it's a bit of pity. So note about this. Eventually pay attention about the first page if you're interested about, but there is not much that we can do because there are such options when you buy such type of issues. I know that I said that I will not collect an army of Death Guard, but I love these Minotaurs, so I decided to buy this issue because there will be these Minotaurs at quite cheap price, so it's really convenient to buy this one if you are interested about, or even if you are interested in conversions and so on, because it's quite cheap for the things that are offered with. Eventually pay attention about such thing. Here we can find the bases that are the ones that are inside. In this case, they didn't give you more bases than the one that are needed. There are 4 models and 4 bases you gain, so eventually remember such thing. So we can put this away and start to see the Minotaurs. And here we can see the Minotaurs themselves that we can find are really quite interesting. There are ones that you can find are easy to build ones, so not worry about such a thing, and they are really quite amazing. I like this model because there is this shite inside that I love. In fact, I was quite tempted to buy 2 of such ones because I wanted to personalize 2 of these models, and you can see that there are these models that are really quite amazing ones. They are really done really beautifully as details and so on, so quite a lot of interesting. So there is the character and the escorts, so the guard of it. It's really quite amazing. And this one, if you go to see, it's really quite similar in some way to this model that is the one, as you can see, that it's from the pack of the Dark Imperium. So it's really high quality. It's quite similar in some way, but quite different. As you can see, for example, the mantle, it's completely different, but really quite amazing one. So I think that there are quite a lot of interesting options about such ones. So now we can put this aside and see the contents inside the issue itself. As usual, the cover of the issue itself is the one that represents about the Minotaurs that are inside this issue, so it's completely related about. Here we can find the content side. Here we can find about the Death Guard, the Lords of Contagion. So we can find more detail about the Death Guard army. And we can find that there are quite a lot of things. This is the model that I showed you before, this one. So as you see, there are quite a lot of resemblances. This is Lord Festo, that is the model that is inside as the Minotaurs. And here we can find the Blightlord Terminator, that are the models that are the guards of Felthius. So we have quite a lot of things, interesting ones with a lot of description and background. Here we have about assembly it, and this can be useful because you can use it to study how to modify or how to monetize. For example, you can decide that the arms or the weapons and so on you can cut in some place or monetize as you see, or for example change something, so they can be quite useful in such a way. And we can find that the final results are not bad at all. And here we have how to paint, and as usual I think that in this way these are something of the best models that you can find about this issue, because if you compare the Ultramarines ones, the death card gain quite a lot more nicing. I think that it's shit better, it's more appealing to see, and you can combine the colors to gain even better, so pay attention because it can be quite interesting. And here we can find the new rules that you can play with. So in this case there is a special deployment from the reserve that it's the teletransport, so you can find rules that you gain quite a lot of usefulness, so pay attention to such ones. And we can find that we have a new deployment about it, so we can find quite a lot of interesting things. Here we have the schedules about the miniatures that we have inside, so we can gain quite a lot of interesting options. This is as usual a really nice imaging to eventually use as background, because it's really quite amazing to gain. Here we have the description of what we find in the next releases. So in the 21s we can find that we have a new battle mat to use, so eventually you can also gain this, that it's associated to a particular type of environment. And here we can find the next releases about the next issues of the Warhammer Conquest. So what to say about this issue? I think that it's really quite interesting. I liked a lot, and I think that it's quite worth. And if we go to see the next issues, we can find quite a lot once, because we can find, for example, these that are other shiny elements that can be really quite useful for you to play with, so there are something that you have to take note. We can find others rivers, and I want to remember you that I'm going to convert them, so I yet realized some videos about that I'll publish successfully during the year, and I'll make you see how to convert the rivers in other models eventually, so because they're really quite interesting ones. Eventually remember that they can be really quite interesting, and you have to decide if they're worth or not, because there has been released one collect box that can be even better than by these ones eventually, so eventually think about it. And remember that you gain also the base rules, so all the rules as a sort of little booklet that you can bring with you. This it's not something special, they are free to consult these rules, but anyway it can be useful, so in this case if you're interested to such models, could be really quite awesome these ones. Moreover, remember that the rivers with the Codex of Space Marine and the different discipline doctrines, they can be really quite useful with the combat discipline, so remember that they are not bad at all. I love the rivers as models eventually. And about this opera, I want also to remember you that you have to take note about the subscription to the releasing of such opera to the Hachette, because you risk to lose them, the issues, if there is not a lot of ones that order from the source that you use usually. So eventually think about such option. Eventually you can order them, but pay attention, because it's not sure that you'll gain each time the possibility to buy the issue when they are released. So eventually think about such detail. And remember also that in the description you can find the playlist with the different issues that I unboxed and so on. So if you want to see the ones that I unboxed, you can find in the description the playlist about eventually. So from Dino Mode it's everything. I invite you to put a like on this video, to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell, and to comment this video if you are interested in something about this video, or you want to suggest me some arguments for other videos. I hope to see you again to the next time.